is ureter, and here it is urinary bladder. Ureter has three parts. First part, that is pars abdominalis, from the beginning and to enter into true pelvis. Here it is true pelvis. Second pars pelvina, inside of true pelvis, and last part inside of urinary bladder, that is near of 2 centimeters. Inside of urinary bladder, that is pars intramuralis. First is abdominal part, second that is pelvic part, and last is pars intramuralis in urinary bladder. Ureter has 4 constrictions. First constriction in the beginning, in place where pelvis renalis continues into ureter, that is first constriction. Second, that is renal constriction. Second constriction in place where ureter from abdominal part continues into the pelvic part. It's attached to linea terminalis. Who remember what is this line? Linea terminalis. What is it? That is a border between what and what? Between large pelvis and true pelvis. That is linea arcuata, pecta nosis pubis, eminentia iliopubica, and promontorium. And in place where ureter attached to linea terminalis, it has second constriction, that is marginal constriction. Next constriction in the region of pars pelvina. It is not constant, but usually it's present. That is pelvic constriction. And last constriction in the region of pars intramuralis. That is vesical constriction. It is a narrowest part of ureter. It has flexura. First flexura in the region of kidney, second flexura in the region of border between pars abdominalis and pars pelvina, and last flexura in the region of pars intramuralis. Here it is first, that is a second, and last in pars intramuralis. Wall of ureter has 3 layers. Internal, that is tunica mucosa. Second, muscular layer consists of 2 layers of muscles, longitudinal and circular. And in the region of pars intramuralis, muscular layer consists of muscular coat consists of 3 layers. And it makes sphincter of the ureter in place where ureter insert into the urinary bladder. This sphincter, it's prevent backflow of urine from urinary bladder into ureter. That is reflux of urine into ureter. It's prevent with the help of sphincters in the region of pars intramuralis of ureter. And external coat, that is adventitia, connective tissue which supplies urinary bladder. Ureter, supplies ureter. What else? Some words about urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, look here, that is a pubic symphysis, and behind of pubic symphysis we have urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. It has base of the bladder, apex, and body. Base of urinary bladder continues into the neck, and neck continues into urethra. Urethra has 2 openings, internal and external opening. Ostium urethra internum and ostium urethra externum. In the region of internal opening, we have circular muscles which makes internal sphincter, musculus sphincter vesica, that is sphincter of urinary bladder. And in place where that is it is musculus sphincter vesica, and in place where urethra pass through muscles of urogenital diaphragm, these muscles surround urethra and makes another sphincter, musculus sphincter urethra. This sphincter is sphincter vesica, and it is sphincter urethra. Musculus sphincter urethra, that is voluntary sphincter because it forms with striated muscles, and smooth muscles in musculus sphincter vesica. That is why voluntary only sphincter urethra. And urethra, female urethra, opens in space between labia pudenzi minora into vestibulum vagina, into the vestibule of vagina. Urinary bladder, posterior wall of urinary bladder supplies with peritoneum. And you should remember what is the name of pouch between bladder and uterus in female, that is excavatio vesica uterina. In male, it is excavatio recto vesicalis. Anterior wall of bladder have not got peritoneum. That is why if urinary bladder is full with urine, anterior wall of bladder, which is above of pubic symphysis, is not supplied with peritoneum. That is why we can make punction of urinary bladder if we need in it, and remove urine from bladder above of pubic symphysis, because heat is peritoneum is absent. It is very good. What else? Muscular coat of bladder consist of 3 layers, and these 3 layers, 2 longitudinal, external and internal, and middle is circular. And these 3 layers of muscles combine together and forms one muscle which is expel urine, that is musculus detrusor urina. Musculus detrusor urina, that is a muscle of urinary bladder. Some words about triangle of urinary bladder. This triangle at the base of bladder, which have not got folds. It is absent folds of mucous membrane. All another bladder have a lot of folds in different direction, like in stomach. A lot of folds in urinary bladder, except triangle. Trigonum vesica have not got folds. And base of this triangle, that is a fold, plica interureterica, that is a fold which join together openings of right and left ureter. And apex of triangle, that is ostium urethra internum. And this triangle have not got tela submucosa, and there is no folds in trigonum vesica. And last moment, that is topography of female ureter. Female ureter it pass near of it is difficult to draw. It pass near of free body of the ovary, laterally from the neck of the uterus, at the base of broad ligament of the uterus. That is important to remember in time of operation in the region of ovary, or operation in the uterus or in the fallopian tube, because in time of this operation it's frequently to tie ureter together with fallopian tube or together with the broad ligament of the uterus. And in this case, if you tie ureter, urine will not pass to urinary bladder and kidney. If you not change this situation, if you not cut this ligament, that is ligature, that in this case kidney die, hydronephrosis develops, and nephrons die. In this case, that is very dangerous for kidney if you cut or tie ureter in time of operation. That is why you need to know topography of ureter, and topography especially in female body, because in male not so frequently operation in male pelvis. In female a lot of operation. What we can see on preparates.